Hey, this is Ken with Losing in 2025, and I need your help with something. I want to do a tiny little experiment today. I'm sitting in the parking lot about to head into the grocery store to purchase just a few things: apples, bananas, some other fresh fruit, a few spices and ingredients for a lentil curry that I'm going to make, as well as some dog food for my dogs. And I want to record this very brief video in a single take. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to edit. All I'm going to do is adjust for sound and maybe add a thumbnail, and then I'm going to post it. And I'm curious to see how many views this video can get in the time it takes me to walk in those doors, shop for the few things that I need, and come back to the car. I'm going to post the video as well as post the time that it went up in my comments section, and I'll pin that to the top. And then when I get back, I'll pin it again with the number of comments that the video has received, as well as the number of views and other information. Now, I'm not asking you to do this little experiment with me and not give you something in return. So what I want to share with you are the few things that I think are absolutely essential for you to be able to lose weight, for you to be able to make changes in your behaviors and to change your habits and ultimately to change your life. And it's easy to remember because it's built around the acrostic A.B.L.E, A-B-L-E. And here it is. In order to change, whether it is your diet, your habits, or anything about your life, first you have to have the right attitude, right? You have to have a strong desire to change. You have to recognize that change is needed, that change is necessary. People will say to me, wow, you're so dedicated to this weight loss program. And my answer is no, I'm not dedicated. I'm desperate. I had type 2 diabetes, which is in the process of being reversed. I'm not on diabetes medication anymore because my A1C is 5.2, thanks to the changes in my diet and having lost 90 pounds, right? But I was desperate for change. So the question is, whatever it is in your life that you're needing to change, whether it's your eating habits, your exercise routine, your sleep, your marriage relationships, your performance at work, whatever the case might be, is do you have the right attitude? Are you truly ready to do what is necessary to make a change? Or are you just casually thinking about it? Would you like to change, or are you desperate for change? So you got to have the right attitude. The B in A.B.L.E stands for belief. You have to believe that change is possible. What am I talking about? I'm talking about having a growth mindset as described by Carol Dweck in the book Growth Mindset, right? Or Mindset, I think is actually the name of the book. Yeah, it's Mindset. So do you have a growth mindset? Do you believe that change is possible? Because if you don't believe that change is possible, if you have a fixed mindset and you think you are the way you are and that's the way you'll always be, or if you think I'm overweight, I'm fat, I'm unhealthy, and I'm always going to be that, or if you think that it doesn't matter how much I exercise, it doesn't matter what kind of diet I eat, nothing is ever going to change. Like if that is your belief, then that belief is going to be manifested in your life, and that's what's going to happen. So you have to have the right attitude about change, but you also have to believe that change is possible, right? The L in A.B.L.E, A-B-L-E, the L stands for learning. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to explore new ideas, to branch out and let go of the idea that maybe you already know everything there is to know about the subject that you're needing to grow in. And you need to be willing to learn, to do the research, read the books, watch the videos, ask the experts, do the things that need to be done, learn the things that need to be learned in order to equip yourself to make the changes that you need to make in order to see the success that you want to see, right? So, recapping, you got to have the right attitude, you got to believe that change is possible, and you've got to learn the things that are necessary in order to accomplish the goals that you've set for yourself. And then the last one, E, that's for effort. You have to put in the work. You have to exert yourself. You have to make the effort to change. And it's not just making the effort once. It's making the effort every day, because change doesn't happen in a day. I used to joke around and say Rome wasn't built in a day. And in that scenario, Rome was my belly, that huge, big belly that was 335 pounds of me, right? Me, all of me, 335 pounds. Rome wasn't built in a day. I didn't get to be 335 pounds overnight. And I didn't lose that weight overnight. Now, I did lose it fairly quickly. I've lost over 90 pounds in less than 8 months, and I am thrilled. I'm only 10 pounds away, or less, 9 pounds actually, from achieving my goal of having lost 100 pounds in 2025. But it required effort. Not just effort one day, not just effort 1 week, not just effort 1 month, but consistent, recurring effort. I had to learn, yes, but I had to go beyond learning and actually take steps to put into practice the things that I had learned. So there you have it. You are able to change if you have the right attitude, if you believe that change is possible, if you're willing to learn the things that you need to know in order to make the changes that you need to make, and if you're willing to put forth the effort consistently, day in, day out, to make those changes stick. If you'll do that, then you will be able to change. You will be able to break those bad habits. You will be able to lose that weight. Good luck. I wish the best for you. So, if you want to help me prove that you don't need a fancy camera, that you don't need some elaborate editing software, that you don't need to have a great studio with great lighting, that you can actually record a wonderful YouTube video that people will watch and enjoy just with your iPhone, sitting in your car, outside of the grocery store, if you want to help me prove that, then please like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things. I'm going to go ahead and post this video, put up a thumbnail, and see how many views it gets between now and the time that I get back. I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are and what you believe you are able to accomplish. Be blessed.